$7, the pill book, $7. Here we go, side effects of Prozac. Headache, anxiety, nervousness, sleeplessness, drowsiness, tiredness, weakness, sexual dysfunction. So black man, you was depressed. You started taking Prozac to deal with your depression. And black men, y'all gotta stay healthy for the sisters, real rap. Because remember now, as we get older, our testosterone dips. As the woman gets older, her sexual drive intensifies. So while we're going down, she going up. And if you ain't paying attention, you might miss her on the way down. I don't give a damn how Afrocentric she is. Every once in a while, she want them cookies crushed. And if you can't crush them, she gonna go get one of them 18-year-old whippersnappers. He 18, 21. Your ass is 40, like, dang. Keep yourself healthy, black man. I'm telling you. Shit. You think Stella got her groove back? Rashida will get hers back, Angela, and everybody else. Dizziness, lightheadedness, upset or irritated stomach, appetite loss, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, gas, rash, electric shock sensations. Electric shock sensations? Abnormal dreams, difficulty concentrating, acne, hair loss, dry skin, dizziness, fainting, chest pain, runny nose, bronchitis, abnormal heart, blood pressure, bone pain. Bursitis, twitching, breast pain, cystitis, ebonics. Pink eye, low blood sugar, low thyroid activity. If I'm gonna talk about the drug, I gotta talk about the fake ass diagnosis that leads to it. Let me run through this ADHD real quick. Listen to this. This is the official diagnostic criteria for ain't no daddy at home disorder. Listen. That's all it is, black family. My father was a drill instructor for the United States Marine Corps, Parris Island, South Carolina. Okay? My mom gave birth to 5 boys. None of us ain't have ADHD, CD, ODD, OBD, because we would have got our ass WHIPPED. My father didn't play that. Black mother, stop thinking your son don't listen to you because you female. It ain't got nothing to do with you being female. The reason why black boys don't listen to the mothers is the mothers are more likely to give them a second chance to mess up again. Get consistent, black woman. Be firm on your son, black woman. Stop being so sympathetic to the fact his daddy not around and he growing up poor because the white man don't give a damn. And if you don't teach him his consequences for his actions, he will learn when white supremacy gets to him. Listen to this ADHD nonsense. Fails to give close attention to detail, has difficulty sustaining attention, does not listen when people speak to him, does not follow through on instructions, has difficulty organizing in his work, is reluctant to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort. Who do you know engages in sustained mental effort? I don't engage in sustained mental effort. I got 6 damn degrees. You don't engage in it, but your 5-year-old son is supposed to. Loses things necessary to finish his work, forgets his activities, fidgets or taps with his hands and feet. Now, black men, remember we was in school and hip hop was out? What's the first thing you do in the class? You get that beat popping. Ain't that's what we did? Now it's a damn disability. And then we got runs or climbs when he's not supposed to. I'm 6 years old. This is what we do. Black, white, rich, poor. What the hell you mean I'm not supposed to run or climb? is unable to play quietly. What child plays quietly? Have you ever seen a child play quietly? And then we got talks excessively, blurts out answers, doesn't wait his turn, and interrupts other people. Have you ever been to a black town hall meeting? Don't we all do that? And you giving your son drugs off of this crazy nonsense right here? You know what I just described to you? A normal boy. Problem is, the schools are ran by females. And if a boy doesn't know how to act like a female, he is considered to be disordered. Effeminate boys don't get ADHD. Effeminate boys ain't got to take Ritalin, because effeminate boys are able to adopt the dominant female culture of the schoolhouse. That's what the problem is. The black boy wants to learn, but he doesn't want to be castrated in the process. Are you kidding me? Half the schools in Atlanta don't even give the kids recess or gym class. A lot of them don't even have structured after school activity. Are you serious? I thought being full of energy was a normal thing for a child, but not when you black. We didn't have driving while black. We didn't have walking while black. How about learning while black? We talk about 12 years a slave. What about 12 years in the Atlanta public school system? My last message for tonight relates to the systematic destruction of the image of the black family. When Color Purple came out, we said, damn, who made this movie? That was the worst thing we saw back then, wasn't it? It was crazy, it was gay, it was everything. And then Waiting to Exhale came out. We said, God damn, ain't no good black men, and all the sisters is thirsty, right? Then Tyler Perry came out and made Color Purple, Waiting to Exhale look like Sesame Street. Why Did I Get Married? Temptation. The other one, the Rainbow movie, based off the sisters' play. Tyler Perry said ain't no good black men or black women. And then Scandal came out. Now here's my issue, black woman. The #1 show for black women in America is a show where a black woman plays the bed wench to the president. I thought we'd been there. I thought we did that with George Washington, black woman. I thought we did that with Thomas Jefferson. I thought we did that. Why are you watching that kind of stuff? And then they said, since black people like this, give them something even worse. How to Get Away with Murder. And then they said, nah, that ain't enough. Then they gave us Empire. God damn, did you see that movie? Woo! Listen, I've never seen a black family in my life, and I'm a therapist, that is as dysfunctional as Empire. The whole family crazy. They took the worst of everything in black America and put that shit in one sitcom. And you know why they doing it? Empire and Scandal ain't for you. Empire and Scandal for your children. They want to convince black girls to never consider black men. They want to convince black men to never consider black girls. We're watching them exterminate the image of the black family as a unit. Because if they can kill a child's desire to want to make a black family, the days of the life of that race can be counted. Brothers and sisters, we got to fight. Black man, you got to fight for the black woman. Make her your queen, and not just be married to her. You got to be happily married to her. Even if you ain't, make it look like it. Because our kids are seeing too many unmarried black folks, and they're seeing too many unhappily married black folks. If you got to disagree with the child's father, do it behind closed doors. You got to disagree with the child's mother, do it behind closed doors. Stop talking about the children of each other's parent, because they are half of the both of us. So if you talk about me, you talk about her. If you talk about mom, you talking about her. Stop doing that. Stop making the child choose a side in an issue between mom and dad. Well, whose side you on, your daddy's or mine? You don't do that to no baby. But this is what we do. Ladies, stop letting your children call other men daddy when they got a damn daddy. And men, you stop letting your kids call another woman mom when they already got one. Let's have some etiquette and respect for the other parent. It amazes me how we can lay down to make them, but we can't stand the hell up side by side and take care of them. We got to change that. If y'all going to break up and the situation ain't going to work and daddy moving out or mommy moving out, y'all owe those children a sit down before you do that. You sit down, you say, princess, daddy and mommy, I'm going to be moving out. Your mom and I got some issues. Sometimes adults go through things. We don't know if it's permanent or it might be permanent. And if it is permanent, don't give the child hope. Tell them we won't be a family again together. Not in that sense, but we'll still be a family in the sense that we'll be working together for the best interest of you and all your brothers and sisters. Most of all, we want you to know that this breakup is not about you. It's not because you was getting in trouble in school, because children blame themselves when you don't tell them. They think they're the cause of everything. So you got to let them know this is not about you. And you will still see us together at the football games. You'll still see us together at the report card. Give them assurance that y'all still going to work together for their best interests. Come on, y'all. We got to be a little bit better. I don't like when our daughters find out. That daddy got a new girlfriend when they see her. Or that mommy got a new boyfriend when you see him. And black woman, every man you date don't meet your children. The only time a man meets your children is when you got a serious thought that this might go further than this. Once you feel this may become something serious, then you introduce the children to make sure he can love them kids like he loved you. Because we got selfish ass black folks. And you got some men who will act like they love the kids when you around. And we got some women, black men, who will act like they love your kids when you around. But when you not, they put on a whole different mask. So you got to make sure you ain't picking up some selfish ass sucker and bringing them around your children. And black woman, there's a lot of homosexuality out here. Y'all need to be very careful about how y'all date. That bisexual thing, it ain't no joke. It's one of the leading causes of new AIDS transmission in black women. So sisters, be on the lookout. You dating a man who get his eyes and nails done like you, slow down a little bit. Okay? You dating one of them metrosexual brothers, because I heard Atlanta got a lot of metrosexual brothers. They not gay yet, they just look it right now. Black woman, look out. If your man accidentally puts on your underclothing, run! Black woman, if you got a man who's into some crazy non-African way of intimacy, and he only like visiting you through the back door, he don't like coming through the front door, you got an issue on your hands and you need to leave that situation alone, because it ain't nothing normal about that. Okay? The European, they gave us all kind of sexual deviancies, and you got to have standards for yourself, because you don't know what these people have been through. Turn you around, flip you upside down, and then you find out he's been turned around and flipped upside down. Be careful. Be very, very careful. In conclusion, she called that one late. You was a special ed, wasn't you? I'm picking with you, Queen. I'm picking with you. There's like a 10-second delayed response. Brothers and sisters, there's a lot of testing going on in Atlanta schools. A lot of testing for No Child Left Behind. A lot of testing for the Georgia State Educational Department. A lot of state tests, a lot of special ed tests. I need y'all to understand something about this testing. It is not scientific. It is a racist con game. Please understand that the test score is the new Jim Crow sign. 50 years ago, Harvard would say no blacks. No blacks can come here. No blacks, no blacks, no blacks. They don't say no blacks no more. They'll just say a perfect SAT score. Are y'all following me? 50 years ago, they said no blacks in a gifted program. No blacks in a gifted program. If you're black, you cannot be mentally gifted. If you're black, you can't be MG. Now they say you need to have an IQ of 130. All they did was change the words into numbers. The purpose of testing is to discriminate against black people without looking racist. So when you say why we only got a few blacks attending law school at the University of Georgia, they can say it's not because of racism, it's because they didn't score high enough. But all you do is engineer the test so they don't score high enough. And that's how they're keeping us out. President Obama bringing 5 million illegal immigrants here to take what's left of the McDonald's jobs and the factory jobs. Obama is squeezing us out, y'all. And that's why we got to turn to each other. Times is getting hard, we got to turn to each other. We got to overcome the petty differences. If somebody did something to hurt you, tell them. Don't carry the grudge. Go up to them and say, listen, brother, you offended me the other night. You offended me. I want to get some clarity. Okay? Even if I do it. If Dr. Umar offends you, something I say or you think you heard, okay? Come and tell me. If I felt that I said something that was offensive, I'll apologize, but we got to stop holding the grudges because it contributes to negative energy in the community. And we got enough of it already. And if you know you did something wrong to somebody, step up and go humble yourself and ask for forgiveness. Very important that we do that. That Fred Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy is going to be a reality, y'all. It's coming. I can taste it. I can feel it. I want y'all to meditate on it every time you pray, every time you do a libation to your ancestor. Say, please help Dr. Umar get them schools for our children. Put it out there. Put it out there. Meditate every night. 5 minutes at night, 5 minutes in the morning to clear your mind out because you got divine messages coming to you all the time. That's right. Everybody in here is a prophet. It wasn't just Jesus and Muhammad and Moses who got divine messages. You would get them too. The reason you don't get divine messages is you don't know how to tune out the world and tune in to God. 5 minutes a day, no TV, no cell phone, no radio. Go inside, get quiet, and God will tell you what you need to know and how you need to do it and exactly who you need to be with to get you there. If you haven't signed up for the National Independent Black Parent Association, make sure you do so at my table when you're done. Because we're getting serious in 2015 with the Parent Association. We need your name, your phone number, your email. Even if you're not a parent, you can sign up. You don't have to be a parent. We're all parents in African culture. There's going to be a committee on special ed, another committee on school discipline, another committee on school finance, another committee on school policy to change the rules that are hurting our kids in the schools. There's going to be a homeschool committee to help our kids whose parents are homeschooling them. Dr. Umar want to make sure you know how to do it right. We're going to do it together. Ain't no need for one parent to be doing the whole schooling when you work in a full-time job. Let that brother do math on Monday. Let that sister do African language on Tuesday. Let him do science on Wednesday. Let him do social studies on Thursday. Let her do diet and nutrition on Friday. Let her do African martial arts on Saturday. Let Dr. Umar do white supremacy studies on Sunday. And then we want to have a parent advocacy committee. Some of you, I need you to be parent advocates. I'm going to come back to Atlanta very soon, as a matter of fact, and I'm going to train you guys on how to be advocates, because no parent goes to a meeting by themselves. No parent goes to a meeting by themselves. No black parent should ever go to a school meeting by yourself. Take somebody with you. And we're going to make sure we have some advocates in Georgia so that they can go with you. They want to talk to you about your son, have that advocate with you. They can let you know what the laws is. Make sure the school don't take advantage of you. Black man, I want you to stop going to the school by yourself. I know some of my fathers are saying, Doc, I don't need no witness. I'm going to just walk up in there with my swag and just Joe Clark the whole shit. Okay? But here's the thing, black man. If you go up in there and Joe Clark that school, you didn't hurt nobody. You didn't threaten nobody. But because you disagreed with the white teacher, she's going to say she felt threatened. She's going to say you stood up and it looked like you were going to swing. He made a fist and his eyes got irate and I didn't know what to do. And the next thing you know, you're going out in handcuffs because you didn't want your son in special ed. And after they take you out in handcuffs, you can't come back. They're going to do a restraining order. You never allowed back into the school again. I know some fathers right here in Georgia, because they didn't listen to Dr. Umar, went into the school by themselves, and now they can't even go to their child's graduation. This is white supremacy, and it does not stop at the school door. We got to be organized. Parents spend time with each child. Parent, make sure you check into the school with each child. Parent, Make sure your child is reading outside of school. Our kids got to read more. The weapon of the test is lack of working vocabulary. Brothers and sisters, as I close, this is our 150th year since the end of slavery, 1865 to 2015. This is our 150th year since the Civil War ended. Some people would say we came a long way. I beg to differ. When slavery ended, we owned 1/2 of 1% of all the wealth in America. And here we are today, 150 years later, and we still only own 1/2 of 1% of all the wealth. Our ancestors are not happy with us. Not Frederick Douglass, not Harriet Tubman, not Shaka Zulu, not Menelik II, not Nanny of the Maroons, not Ya Asante-Wa, not Ida B. Wells, not Fannie Lou Hamer, not Robert Purvis, not Martin Delaney. They're not happy. They didn't fight and die so we can twerk. They didn't fight and die so we can wear white women's hair. They didn't fight and die so we can marry outside of our community. It's true. We are owed reparations and we will get them. But there will be no external until there is internal. You cannot beg for trillions while you give away billions. We have to deal with the hypocrisy that lies within. Let us be honest. If the white man left tomorrow morning and left Atlanta to the black folk, if the white man packed up and said you could have this city, the very next day, do you know what would happen? Black folk would simply open up their chests and take the white man who's living inside and put him in charge. In other words, we have to exterminate the European in the inside. We keep talking about the one on the outside. What about the one who's living here? Every last one of us has an exorcism to perform. And I'm going to help you perform that exorcism this summer. We're going to Africa. And if you're interested in going to Africa with me, by all means go. We went last year to Ghana and we had one heaven of a time. This year we're going to go back to Ghana and one other country, or we're going to do Ethiopia and Eritrea. So either East Africa, West Africa, July. Okay, we'll be in July, 2 weeks in July. I should have the date down to a science in about 2 weeks. The trip is going to be somewhere between 2,500 and 4,000. I would go with the high number. So if it's lower, that's more spending money to you. Get your passport. Black man, if you owe child support, pay it off. They will not give you a passport if you owe arrears. So take care of that. Okay? We're going to Africa. Last thing, I'm working on a full-color magazine called Unapologetically African. And I'm inviting all of you to submit an article to Unapologetically African. Your article can be no longer than 1,000 words. Include a picture of yourself. It can be on any topic of your choice. It might be on being a single black mom. It might be on racism, white supremacy, police brutality, African curriculum, African spirituality. It might be a poem. It might be a book review. It might be a movie review. Some of you sisters who do raw food, you might want to do an article on how to do some raw food items in your house. If you do natural hair, you might want to do a little corner on natural hair. If you do fingernails, anything that is beneficial to our people. It ain't got to be all deep and philosophical. Okay? Because all of us, sometimes we get too deep. Sometimes you just got to keep it plain and simple. Okay? But you're invited to submit your article to Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. Okay? If you need to reach me, let me give you my cell number now. My cell number, for those of you who don't have it, this comes directly to me. Okay? Cell number is 215-989-9858. I repeat, 215-989-9858. One more time, 215-989-9858. I don't answer the phone, but you can text me. I always hit you back. If you're on Instagram or Twitter, you can follow me at Dr. Umar Johnson. If you're on Facebook, you can follow me at Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Some of you are on my false Facebook page. There's a Dr. Umar R. Abdullah-Johnson page, public page on Facebook with 36,000 likes. That's not mine. I do not control that. Okay? The only page that I control is Dr. Umar Ifatunde. I-F-A-T-U-N-D-E. 42,000 likes. That's the page you want. Get off those FBI pages, please. Okay? In conclusion, In conclusion, and when we're done, I'm going to go ahead and once the brothers is done, you can come on up and I'll sign your book, take a picture. If we take a picture, make sure you text it to me. If you need my book, t-shirt, DVD, you can get them at my table right over here. I want to leave you with a quote from my ancestor, Frederick Douglass. We celebrated his transition on February the 20th. That's when he left. Malcolm left on February the 21st. Ancestor Frederick said, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and deprecate agitation are like men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want the rain, but they don't want the thunder or the lightning. They want the ocean, but they can't stand the awful roar of its waters. He said the struggle we have as African people might be a physical struggle, or it might be a moral struggle, or it might be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. He said, for 20 years, I prayed on my knees to God for freedom, but the good Lord gave Frederick no freedom until I got up off my knees and started praying with my feet. He said, men may not get everything you pay for in this world, but you must certainly pay for everything that you get. And these you must pay for with words or with blows or with blood or with them all, but you must pay. He said, remember, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. Every morning you wake up and every morning before you go to sleep, you should call out the names of the ancestors that you know of your family. For me, it'll go with Father Bailey, the first of my family to be brought to America, 1701.